Act as if nothing bothers you. Hey everyone, ever feel like you're just trying to keep it together while the world throws everything it's got at you? We've all been there. But what if I told you there was a way to become truly unshakable, to act as if nothing bothers you, even when everything is falling apart? I cannot escape death, but at least I can escape the fear of it. Today we're diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, and specifically the teachings of Epictetus, to uncover 18 powerful principles that can help you cultivate this incredible inner strength. These aren't just abstract philosophical concepts. They're practical strategies you can use today to transform your life. Have you ever noticed that when you share your pain or vulnerabilities, some people might want to hurt you even more? It's a harsh reality, but unfortunately, there are folks out there who take pleasure in seeing others suffer. This kind of behavior, often driven by envy and, frankly, a bit of sadism, can really hold you back in life. It might happen at work, with friends, or even within your own family. But here's the thing. Learning to keep your weaknesses hidden, not in a deceitful way, but as a form of self-preservation, can actually make you stronger. It's about protecting your inner peace from those who would seek to disrupt it. Imagine yourself as a tree in the midst of a storm. The leaves may flutter, the branches may sway, but the trunk stays solid, deeply rooted in the earth. That's the kind of resilience we're talking about here. Silent strength in the face of chaos. So, how do you achieve this kind of resilience? Well, let's take a leaf out of the book of Stoic principles, particularly those of Epictetus, a renowned philosopher who knew a thing or two about living a good life, even in the face of adversity. Get ready, because these 18 principles are about to change the way you see the world. Principle 1. Listen twice as much as you speak. The power of observation. Listen twice as much as you speak. Have you ever wondered why we have two ears, but only one mouth? It's not just a random design flaw. There's a reason behind it. According to Epictetus, nature designed us this way for a purpose. It's not about being infatuated with the sound of our own voice, but rather about appreciating the voices of others. It's about understanding that true wisdom comes from listening and learning, not from constantly asserting our own opinions. We learn and grow by listening to what others have to say, by considering different perspectives, by challenging our own assumptions, not by constantly repeating our own words or waiting for our turn to talk. So, starting today, try to focus more on what people around you are saying and less on what you've been saying all along. Resist the urge to interrupt, to jump in with your own thoughts, or to formulate your response while the other person is still talking. Instead, truly listen. Pay attention to their words, their tone, their body language. Try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. This simple yet powerful shift in focus can open up a whole new world of learning and growth. To truly master the art of listening, consider incorporating these active listening techniques. Maintain eye contact. Show the speaker that you're engaged and paying attention. Nod your head. Use nonverbal cues to indicate that you understand. Ask clarifying questions. Ensure that you're understanding the speaker correctly. Summarize what you've heard. Paraphrase their points to confirm comprehension. Avoid interrupting. Let the speaker finish their thoughts before you respond. Principle 2. Always expect the worst. Preparing for the inevitable. Always expect the worst. One of the biggest reasons why we feel anxious and stressed is because we're always worried about what bad things might happen to us in the future. We worry that our kids might struggle in school, or that we could lose our job, or even that our partner might cheat on us and ask for a divorce. It feels like there's always something new to worry about every day, and it's exhausting. This constant state of anxiety can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and rob us of our joy. But here's the thing. Life isn't just about the bad stuff. Sure, there are challenges and problems that we have to face, but there are also good and happy moments too. It's like a mixed bag of experiences, a roller coaster of ups and downs. Now, here's where Epictetus comes in with some wisdom. He suggests that instead of constantly worrying about all the bad things that could happen, we should try to imagine that they've already happened. Sounds strange, right? But by doing this, We give ourselves a chance to develop coping strategies and face our fears head-on. We desensitize ourselves to the potential pain and empower ourselves to handle whatever comes our way. It's not about being pessimistic or negative. It's about being realistic and prepared. It's about acknowledging the possibility of misfortune and developing a plan to deal with it, so that we're not caught off guard when it inevitably strikes. So, next time you catch yourself stressing about the future, try to take a step back and remember that you've already faced tough times before. You've overcome obstacles, you've survived challenges, and you've emerged stronger on the other side. You've got what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Keep your head held high, and don't let fear hold you back from living your best life. Be prepared, but don't be paralyzed by fear. This principle aligns with the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, which involves meditating on potential misfortunes to reduce their emotional impact when they occur. By visualizing negative scenarios, you can reduce fear and anxiety, familiarize yourself with potential negative outcomes, develop coping mechanisms, plan how you would respond to different challenges, appreciate the present, recognize the value of what you have in the present moment. Principle 3. Prepare to fail. Embrace the learning curve. Prepare to fail because it is the only way to progress. We often push ourselves to do things that seem impossible, just so others won't think we're foolish. We fear judgment, criticism, and ridicule. But Epictetus had a different perspective on this. According to him, one of the greatest things that can happen to us is to be considered foolish. Strange, right? But here's the thing. Being seen as foolish gives us a chance to grow and improve, both in our professional and personal lives. It frees us from the pressure to be perfect and allows us to experiment, to take risks, to push the boundaries of our comfort zone. Epictetus, the wise Stoic philosopher, reminds us that overcoming challenges isn't about reacting spontaneously. It's about embracing a journey of trial and error. It's through making mistakes that we learn, that we refine our skills, that we get closer to excellence each time. Every failure is a learning opportunity. It provides valuable feedback that can help us to adjust our approach and improve our performance. It teaches us resilience, perseverance, and the importance of not giving up. So, don't be afraid to be seen as foolish or to make mistakes. They're just stepping stones on the path to greatness. Embrace the learning curve and never stop striving to improve. This principle ties into the concept of a growth mindset, which emphasizes that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. Embracing failure as a learning opportunity is a key component of this mindset. Principle 4. Be aware of the dangers of fortune, the corrupting influence of wealth. Be aware of the dangers of fortune. The desire for wealth often comes with a downside that's hard to shake off. It's not just about those who suddenly appear, trying to befriend us for our money. The pursuit of wealth can also corrupt us from within. Money itself has a powerful effect on people, and it doesn't always change them for the better. Once we have money, something changes inside us. We may discover aspects of ourselves we never knew existed, both good and bad. Unfortunately, sometimes this newfound wealth can lead us down a path where our morals start to slip away. We become obsessed with accumulating more wealth, neglecting our relationships, our values, and our own well-being. It's like our spirit starts to poison itself, slowly losing touch with what's truly important in life. We forget the value of simple pleasures, the importance of human connection, and the satisfaction of living a virtuous life. This doesn't mean that wealth is inherently evil or that we should avoid it at all costs. It simply means that we need to be aware of its potential dangers and to guard against its corrupting influence. We need to keep our priorities straight, to remember what truly matters in life, and to use our wealth to make a positive impact on the world. We should always be mindful of using our resources responsibly and ethically. This principle aligns with the Stoic value of temperance, which emphasizes moderation and self-control in all aspects of life, including the pursuit of wealth. Principle 5. Do not cling to a single hope. Diversify your dreams. Do not cling to a single hope. Thankfully, we humans naturally enjoy trying out different things. It's like we're wired to explore diverse options, to experiment with new ideas, and to pursue different paths. That's why it's not a good idea to pin all our hopes on just one dream. Imagine if that dream doesn't come true. It could be really heartbreaking, devastating, and leave us feeling lost and without purpose. That's where Epictetus comes in with some wise advice. He encourages us to have more than one dream, to diversify our hopes and aspirations, to pursue multiple passions. By pursuing multiple dreams, we boost our chances of success by a lot. It's like increasing our odds for winning. If one dream doesn't pan out, we still have others to fall back on. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Explore different dreams, pursue multiple passions, and see where they take you. You might be surprised at what you discover. You might find that one of your backup plans turns out to be even more rewarding than your original dream. This principle relates to the concept of building a multifaceted identity, which involves developing multiple interests, skills, and relationships to create a more resilient and fulfilling sense of self. Principle 6. Always remember that death is waiting at the end of the road. Live with urgency. Always remember that death is waiting at the end of the road. This isn't about being pessimistic or morbid. It's about facing reality. Death is something we all have to face eventually. It's like the final stop on our life's journey, the inevitable conclusion to our earthly existence. Understanding this can make us rethink how we spend our time and energy. It can help us to prioritize what truly matters and to let go of the trivial and unimportant. Think about it. Is it really worth spending decades of our lives working hard to pay for a house that we can't take with us when we're gone? Is it really worth sacrificing our relationships, our health, and our happiness in the pursuit of material possessions? It's like carrying around things in our bag that we think we need for everyday life, like our phone, credit cards, and toothbrush. But in the end, none of these things matter. What matters is how we lived our lives, the relationships we forged, and the impact we had on the world. That's where Epictetus's principles come in handy. Carrying around a little notebook with these wise teachings can help us see setbacks as opportunities and life as something precious. It helps us see things more clearly and make the most of the time we have. It's a reminder to live each day to the fullest, to appreciate the present moment, and to focus on what truly matters. It's a call to action to live a life of purpose, meaning, and virtue. This principle aligns with the Stoic concept of memento mori, which involves reflecting on mortality to appreciate the present moment and to live a more meaningful life. Principle 7. True wealth lies in a contented spirit. Appreciate what you have. True wealth lies in a contented spirit. Because of his Stoic beliefs, Epictetus had a unique idea about what makes people happy. He summed it up in one of his famous sayings: "A wise person is someone who isn't upset about what they don't have, but is grateful for what they do have." It's more than just a thought, it's valuable advice. Instead of constantly longing for things we don't have, Epictetus suggests we focus on appreciating what we do have. Our health, our relationships, our skills, our opportunities, these are all things to be grateful for. They're gifts that we should cherish and not take for granted. When we spend our time complaining and wishing for more, we miss out on moments of happiness where we could be thankful for all the things we've already achieved. There's so much more to be grateful for than we realize. So, according to Epictetus, being truly rich means being happy with what you have, not always wanting more. It's a powerful reminder to appreciate the little things in life that bring us joy. A warm cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, a loving embrace. These are the things that truly matter, not the material possessions that we often chase after. Cultivating gratitude involves actively focusing on the positive aspects of your life. Consider keeping a gratitude journal, expressing appreciation to others, and reflecting on the good things you experience each day. Principle 8. Incorporate humility into your life. The key to continuous learning. Incorporate humility into your life. If you truly want to learn something, it's important to recognize that there's always more to learn, even about things we think we already know. Epictetus reminds us of this idea through a simple phrase: be humble, especially when you're learning. When we go through life boasting about how much we know, it actually pushes us further away from real knowledge. We become closed off to new ideas, resistant to feedback, and unwilling to admit our mistakes. We create a barrier that prevents us from growing and improving. True wisdom comes from admitting that we don't know everything and being open to learning new things. It's like seeing the world through the eyes of a child, full of wonder and curiosity. So, let's embrace humility in our quest for knowledge. By acknowledging our ignorance, we open ourselves up to genuine learning experiences and new perspectives. We become more receptive to feedback, more willing to experiment, and more likely to discover new insights and truths. We unlock the door to continuous learning and growth. Cultivate a beginner's mindset, approaching each situation with openness and a willingness to learn, even if you have prior experience. Principle 9. Guilt is synonymous with plague. Let it go and move on. Guilt is synonymous with plague. Some people tend to blame others when things go wrong, while others blame themselves. But wise individuals see guilt differently. They consider all guilt to be foolish. Thanks to insights from Epictetus, therapists today are changing their approach to guilt. Instead of seeing it as a necessary feeling, they view it as something to overcome. The key to overcoming guilt is to refuse to let it control us. The problem with blaming others or ourselves is that it's the easy way out. It lets us off the hook without taking responsibility for our actions. But overcoming guilt requires determination and strength. It requires us to acknowledge our mistakes, to learn from them, and to make amends. Only those who are truly committed to self-improvement can avoid falling into the trap of guilt while still owning up to their mistakes. It's about taking responsibility for our actions, but not dwelling on them. It's about learning from the past, but not letting it define us. It's about moving forward with purpose and intention, without carrying the weight of guilt. Cultivate self-compassion and practice self-forgiveness. Acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, and let go of self-blame. Principle 10. Make alliances with winning people. Surround yourself with inspiration. Make alliances with winning people. It's interesting how we quickly move away when someone sneezes near us, fearing they might make us sick. Yet, we're not as cautious about another kind of contagiousness we encounter every day. Epictetus shared some wise advice about this. He suggested surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us to be our best selves. The way people behave around us can have a big impact on how we feel. Some people drain our energy and make our days harder, while others lift our spirits and fill us with joy. So, one of the best choices we can make is to be around those who bring positivity into our lives. It's about choosing to be with people who uplift us and letting go of those who bring us down. It's not about being judgmental or elitist. It's about protecting our energy and surrounding ourselves with people who support our growth and well-being. Evaluate your relationships and identify individuals who inspire, support, and motivate you to be your best self. Limit contact with those who consistently exhibit negativity or drain your energy. Principle 11. Never forget that your reactions forge your destiny. Choose your responses wisely. Never forget that your reactions forge your destiny. We shouldn't underestimate our reactions, because they are what define whether we succeed or fail. Epictetus was clear about this. He taught us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond to it. Misfortunes can happen to anyone, but what sets us apart is how we handle them. For some, a divorce might lead to feelings of sadness and defeat. But for Epictetus, it's a chance to embark on a journey of self-discovery. It's important to remember that life isn't just about what happens to us, but about how we choose to deal with those events. We have the power to choose our reactions, to choose our attitudes, and to choose our actions. We can choose to be victims of circumstance or masters of our own destiny. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, and accept what you cannot control, external events. Principle 12. Always fulfill your duty. Embrace your responsibilities. Always fulfill your duty. Each of us has a job to do in society and in the world. The sun rises every morning without needing praise or magic spells. And that's just how it is. Similarly, we each have responsibilities to fulfill. Just like every part of nature has its role, we each have a role to play in making the world a better place. If we only work when we're praised or recognized, we're letting down both the world around us and ourselves. We're failing to live up to our full potential and to contribute to the greater good. Once we know what we need to do and understand that others rely on us, it becomes our duty to do it without needing reminders from anyone else. It's about embracing our responsibilities, not shirking them. It's about being reliable, dependable, and committed to fulfilling our obligations. Reflect on your various roles, e.g., parent, employee, citizen, and identify the duties and responsibilities associated with each role. Principle 13. Do not hate those who hate you. Rise above negativity. Do not hate those who hate you. Just ignore them. You're much bigger and better than the person criticizing, despising, or discriminating against you. Don't waste your valuable time hating them. They don't even deserve a place in your thoughts. Don't be afraid of people who try to harm you. Their negativity is just a sad attempt to hurt you. So, ignore it and don't let it affect you. Rise above the negativity and focus on living your best life. It's about recognizing that their hatred is a reflection of their own internal struggles, not a reflection of your worth. It's about choosing to respond with compassion and understanding, even when they don't deserve it. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but it does release you from the burden of anger and resentment. Principle 14. Bet on simplicity. Find joy in the essentials. Bet on simplicity. Why live in frugality if we can enjoy lots of fancy stuff these days? Why do some people choose simplicity? Well, it's pretty simple and logical. Having wealth doesn't take care of itself. It needs constant attention and a ton of energy to keep up with all those luxuries and riches. It requires us to constantly worry about maintaining our wealth, protecting it from loss, and accumulating more. But when we go for a simple life, we don't have to stress about paying bills, loans, and credit cards on time. We can focus on what truly matters, like our relationships, our health, and our personal growth. It's about decluttering our lives, both physically and mentally, and focusing on the essentials. It's about finding joy in the simple pleasures like spending time in nature, reading a good book, or connecting with loved ones. Consider adopting a minimalist lifestyle, focusing on owning only what you need and valuing experiences over material possessions. Principle 15. Control your life. Protect your inner peace. Control your life. When someone's words or actions start to bother you, it's like giving them the remote control to your life. They can push your buttons and make you feel angry or upset, but only if you let them. Epictetus teaches us that we all have different buttons inside us. Some lead to happiness, while others lead straight to feeling bad. When we let others make us angry, it's like handing over the keys to that unhappy place. The solution? Build a barrier that stops their negativity from getting to you. Remember, you're in charge of what you say and what you let in from others. You have the power to choose your reactions and to protect your inner peace. Establish clear boundaries in your relationships and interactions to protect your emotional well-being. Principle 16. Friendship is above wealth. Invest in meaningful connections. Friendship is above wealth. Friendship is more important than money. Real wealth lies in having true friends who will stand by us even if we lose all our money someday. So, it's really important to focus on building and nurturing genuine friendships. Think of it as a smart investment for the long run. It's about finding people who share our values, who support our goals, and who make us feel good about ourselves. It's about investing time and energy in these relationships, nurturing them, and cherishing them. Prioritize your friendships. Make time for your friends, listen to them, support them, and be there for them when they need you. Principle 17. Always extract the benefit from things. Find the silver lining. Always extract the benefit from things, no matter what happens. It's really up to you to decide how you want to deal with it. These were the wise words of Epictetus. You see, it's not just about having the option to find something good in a tough situation, but it's also our responsibility to do so. As long as you have some smarts, you'll always have the ability to see the silver lining, even in the darkest clouds. Let's say, for example, you go to work one day and find out you're going to be let go. Instead of feeling down and blaming the universe, you could see it as a chance to pursue that business idea you've always had in mind. You might even find joy in exploring new opportunities, even if it means working alongside people you're not too fond of. So, always try to see the bright side of things. Trust me, this positive mindset will really take you far in life, much further than just dwelling on the negatives. Practice reframing negative situations by looking for the potential benefits or learning opportunities. Principle 18. Stop worrying about what is out of your control. Focus on what you can change. Stop worrying about what is out of your control. Quit fretting about what you can't change. You have power over your thoughts, not your reputation. While you're eager to achieve, you can't always dictate your wealth or success. So, stressing over things beyond your grasp is just wasting your time. According to Epictetus, we should focus on shaping the things we can alter. Yet, it's equally crucial to release the grip on what we can't control and let destiny run its course. It's about accepting the uncertainty of life and focusing our energy on the things we can influence. Embrace the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Conclusion: the power of Stoic indifference. Stoic principles aren't just handy for everyday life. They're like a guidebook helping us maneuver through tough times with resilience and curiosity. These teachings aren't about daydreaming. They're about putting knowledge into action and pressing onward. In conclusion, adopting the mindset of acting as if nothing bothers you can be incredibly powerful in navigating life's challenges. Inspired by the teachings of Epictetus and Stoicism, this approach encourages us to remain resilient in the face of adversity. By practicing this philosophy, we learn to control our reactions to external and internal struggles, empowering ourselves to maintain a sense of calm and strength amidst chaos. Instead of allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed by life's ups and downs, we can choose to stand firm, like a tree in a storm, rooted in our resilience. Embracing this mindset doesn't mean denying the existence of challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it's about acknowledging difficulties while refusing to let them dictate our emotional state or define our sense of self-worth. Ultimately, by mastering the art of acting as if nothing bothers us, we unlock the power to shape our own destinies, cultivate inner peace, and live with a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. So, go out there and start practicing these 18 Stoic principles. Embrace the power of acting as if nothing bothers you, and unlock your unshakable inner strength. The world needs your resilience, your wisdom, and your compassion. You got this.